The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Terence. That's the smartest thing.
You're a legendary promoter.
Like Benavidez. You.
He had one leg.
You gonna look like
He had one
one
leg. He had one leg.
I'm gonna make you stanky leg. Now stop him. Y'all gonna say he was too weak.
On my life.
And he stayed at 147.
You would not stop
too long.
me. You would not stop me.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a one-sided ass whooping.
I'm gonna make you stanky leg. Stanky leg.
Just give me my props.
So what's next for Errol Spence Jr.? It's been a while since we talked about the big fish, just the big fish, not Terence Crawford. It's been the Bud Show for almost the past 30 days now. But what's next for Errol, the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr.? Seems like a lot of his fans has essentially they just don't know what to say, right? And me telling you guys for years that I am an Errol Spence fan, contrary to popular belief, I'm going to do a video about him, and I'm going to say what I think he should do, right? Now, Errol Spence, it says here, Spence to wait on rematch decision. And I think he should. I don't think nobody in the world will fault Errol Spence Jr. from not hopping right back in there with Terence Crawford. I don't think nobody will look at him in any type of way, right? If he don't follow through with it, I think that'd be a smart move. But if he does follow through with it, I think it's a move to where he's just trying to get the rest of the money off the table and ride off into the sunset. Because there's just simply no way he's going to be the skill gap. The skill gap in the fight was just so wide, right? The skill gap was just so wide in that fight. And they say Errol Spence wasn't the same guy, but if you watch the fight, Errol Spence, this is the moments that he had in the fight. Well, right there, he got caught, but Errol Spence was fighting like Errol Spence. Errol Spence was fighting like Errol Spence. It wasn't a situation to where, oh, he wasn't right. No, he was just in there with a totally different guy than he's ever seen before, right? Look at that. He hit Crawford there. It just didn't do nothing. It just didn't do nothing, right? Spence had his moments in the fight. It simply just didn't do nothing. And then when Derek James was asked, right? When Derek James was asked about his comments in regards to the fight, he simply said no comment.
All right, they out here protesting. I see. Let me ask you something real quick. Did Crawford do anything that impressed you or surprised you against Errol Spence?
No comment.
Derek James has no answer for Terence Crawford. And I think that Derek James didn't properly prepare Errol Spence for Terence Crawford. I think that Derek James never wanted Errol Spence to fight Terence Crawford because he knew he didn't have an answer for him. He just didn't have an answer for him. But Errol Spence, being who he is, being a warrior that he is, he was going to fight Terence Crawford regardless, right? He was going to do his thing to make the weight and fight Terence Crawford regardless. Why? Because that's something that he said he was going to do. But if he don't look forward to going into that rematch, right? And as you can see here, he's out here living his best life, right? He's out here living his best life. You know, he's winning in life. So it's just a fight. You know what I'm saying? Just a fight. But moving forward, what is he going to do differently? What is he going to do, right? What is he going to be able to do to thwart the dynamic attack of Terence Crawford? I told you guys, I told a lot of you guys for months, for years, right, that Terence Crawford is a bad matchup for Errol Spence Jr., but you didn't really believe me. You didn't want to believe me. You just didn't want to believe what you were seeing from Terence Crawford. I told you guys, Errol Spence, he should have hopped on Bud years ago when he had a better chance. Nah, y'all know, Bushido, you just a hater. Nah, bro. I'm saying this as a boxing fan, bro. I'm saying this as a guy who's looking at this thing objectively. I'm a fan of both dudes. Of course, I'm a Bud fan. Okay, we all know that. But I like Errol Spence, and I'm a fan of him as well. And looking at it objectively as a dude who's, come on, bro. Errol Spence was always going to be going an uphill battle against Terence Crawford. It was always going to be an uphill battle. This is what it was. This is why Derrick James and the powers that be didn't want him near this dude. They didn't want him near Bud, bro. And what is he going to do differently? There's such a skill gap difference. You could say this. Errol Spence looks fine. He was able to get up. Each time he got knocked down, he took a beating. He was still standing strong. So I don't want to hear that he was looking different and all this other stuff. He looked like Errol Spence to me. He was just in there with a guy that had a huge skill gap. Look at the skills, the technique. Crawford leveled up going into this fight with Errol Spence Jr. He leveled up, and Errol Spence Jr. just couldn't level up enough. But me, as a fight fan, I respect Errol Spence. I got a lot of respect for Errol Spence. Why? Because most boxers in his position would have just took a tune-up, would have kept running around the block. Nah, man. He finally stopped to say, nah, let me go ahead and do this thing, get up in there with Terence Crawford, see what this is really about. He went up in there. He went out on his shield. He gave it his best effort. And he wasn't going to quit until Harvey Dock stopped the fight. He wasn't going to quit, bro. But it seemed like a lot of Errol Spence fans kind of quit on him. Why? Because they don't know any way that he could possibly come back and beat a guy like Terence Crawford. They just don't see a way. Deep down, they know they just got to come up with excuses. Oh, he with the snack program. Okay, so is Boots, so is Devin. So I see a lot of guys sponsoring the snack program. Okay, so what? Oh, well, his gloves. What you mean his gloves, bro? What are you talking about? Oh, the car accident, bro. He's been in a car accident in the previous fights. And he was still running through guys and he was man down his straps. Come on. So what is it, bro? He got up in there with a guy that had a wide skill gap over him, bro. That's what happened. A wide skill gap. And I don't think he was going to be able to close that gap in such a short period of time. This is years gap. And Terence Crawford didn't look like a 35-year-old man at all. He looked like a dude that's still well in his prime. Punches was real short, tight. Right? Bud Crawford came extremely prepared for Errol Spence Jr. He said he had a pre-camp before his camp, bro. Did Errol Spence and Derrick James have it? I don't know. Derrick James seemed like he has a lot going on. How much time is Derrick James putting into all these fighters over there? Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua, all high-profile guys. Frank Martin, Jamel Charlo. All high-profile guys that definitely is going to need his attention. Definitely going to need his attention. Errol Spence, Frank Martin, all these guys, Derrick James, they may need some help in the gym, bro. If they want to level up, because let's be honest, they ain't been looking good. Frank ain't look good, right? Errol didn't look good. They all ain't been looking good lately. It's not looking good for Team James right now. Team Spence, Team Big Fish, Team Charlo. It's not looking good for him right now. It's up to Charlo to make it to break this little streak that they got going on. They ain't looking good. How much time is Derrick James even putting into Jamel Charlo to prepare for Canelo, who is one of the hardest dudes to beat in boxing, bro? Even if you beat him, you still lose. You step into that ring, you're already down 3 rounds. How you gonna beat that dude? Right? Derrick James may have to humble himself, because I heard some things about Derrick James. He may have to bring some guys in. Bring some guys in. It's going to be hard to beat a team like Crawford's. Well, the whole team is working together in cinch together. All 3 of those guys is preparing Bud and these guys. And they all on the same page. They all make it work. Derrick James may have to get some more guys on the team to give Errol Spence something different. Because that's what Errol Spence is going to need if he's going into a rematch with Terence Crawford, bro. That's what he's going to need. Something different. Something different. I'm not quite sure what he could do different. Maybe at 154 he'll fight better. But I would imagine Crawford will fight better at 54 too, because he said 147 is getting hard to make now. So he about ready to move up to 154 as well. So what is Errol Spence going to do is the question. Where's all the Errol Spence fans at? I don't even see you guys talking about other boxing anymore. What happened? Y'all need to stand strong behind your boy. I'll tell you that. Don't jump ship now. Terence Crawford is an all-time great level fighter. Errol Spence is a great fighter, but Terence Crawford is an all-time great fighter. There's no shame in him taking the defeat like that. I'm not kicking him while he's down. I'm more so poking at his fans a little bit, but even still, I'll ease up on that as well because this is part of the game. Both dudes put it on the line, right? Both guys was undefeated. It was a very high caliber fight with high stakes, and the better man clearly won. But my question again: what is Errol Spence going to do differently? What is he going to do moving forward? If he doesn't take the rematch with Terence Crawford, if he don't take the rematch with Terence Crawford, who should he fight? WBC has made him number 3 in the rankings. So he's highly rated in WBC. So Errol Spence could possibly just start campaigning and kind of just rebuild at 154. I would advise bringing some extra eyes into the camp. Right? I would advise that. Because I feel like that style has kind of been compromised a little bit. I feel like a guy with some speed and some ability, some agility, is going to really give him problems from here on out. Not to mention the psychological effect that a fight like that could have on a fighter. Errol Spence may be more gun shy than ever. So first thing he needs to do is take some time off and regroup. And then I suggest maybe considering adding some extra eyes. Not getting rid of Derrick James at all. That's your boy. But he may need some help. They may need some help down there. We're going to see how Jermell Charlo looks against Canelo Alvarez. But yeah, man, that's the video on Errol Spence Jr. What is the big fish going to do if he decides to fight Terence Crawford again? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.